Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins who helped us with this translation. The translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? So on the surface, I'm just another flashy guy here in Johannesburg. I am someone who is considered to be living the high life. Well, I tell everyone, especially my girls, that I am a tenderpreneur since they do not have any way of verifying if indeed I am one of those tenderpreneurs in brackets. I tell them that I own businesses and I tell them that I always rub shoulders with government officials and that is how I win government contracts left, right and center. But that is all a lie that I tell all of these women. I don't make my money through tenders or business deals. The truth is really dark. If some of these women, if they knew the truth, they would probably hate me. They would hate me so much that they would even run straight to church and give their lives to Christ if they knew the real me, if they knew the real Temba. No girl would want to date me, not his real name. I have been living like this since 2016. I started going to clubs like Taboo and Harem in Sandton, places where the most beautiful slay queens gather, looking for men with money. I played my part, dressed in designer clothes. I drove rented luxury cars. At that time, this was after I had done my Ukutwala rituals, and I was told that there was a period where I could not make money through Ukutwala, so I was working indeed in the government. That is why I have so much information. And that is why most of the women, they believe me when I tell them that I do this business of tenderpreneurs. So I was using my salary that I was getting when I was working for the government to rent these luxury vehicles, and I would get these women. For I had been told that I needed to sleep with six women in 6 different days. I had to sleep with them. And after sleeping with them, there were rituals that I was supposed to use so that I can complete my Ukutwala rituals. These women, they never suspected anything. They all thought that I was one of those rich guys who could afford to throw money and like it was nothing. But behind all of this, there was something that was more sinister. I had met a Sangoma, this was back in 2015, a man who told me that he could give me power, wealth and influence. All that I was supposed to do to him was to bring him something from the women that I was going to sleep with first. And this was the first towel that he gave me. So each and every year, when I go to renew my rituals, he gives me a brand new towel. So what I was supposed to do was that I had to sleep with these women. And after sleeping with these women, he had given me that towel, an ordinary white towel when you look at it, but he said that this had been blessed or cursed depending on how you look at it. My task was simple. After being with a woman, I then wipe her private area with that towel as if I am a romantic guy wiping her fluids off after making love to her. Then tomorrow, I then go back to that Sangoma. I understood how it was working. This was the only way that I could make my money after I had done my rituals. The first girl that I met, I still remember those girls. I met a girl, called Leratu, but not a real name. We met at Taboo. She was a gorgeous slay queen with a body that turned heads. That woman, she really had the biggest curves that I had ever seen. She had it all, beauty style, and she knew how to be with a man. We ended up back at my place. She was even surprised and she was like, dude, this is the place where you are staying. I thought that maybe you stay around Sandton. And I said, no, this is where I am staying. The reason as to why I did not have a nice place, it was because I was still struggling, even though I had done the rituals, but they had not yet started giving me money. I did what the Sangoma told me. I used the towel on her as instructed and took it back the next day. Within a week, Leratu, she passed away. I just heard people talking about it, but I knew what had happened. And then the Sangoma gave me some money. At least it was now better, because the first time around I had blew a lot of money on Lerato because she was very demanding when it came to money. I kept on targeting these girls until 6 of them, different girls. And from there on, that was when I started making my own money. Always sticking to the same clubs, your Taboo, Harem, Sumo. These are the places that are filled with girls that are drawn to money like moth to a flame. They can approach any man, even if it happens that the man is disabled, as long as the man has money, as long as they see that the man is neatly dressed, he has a beautiful car, they can fall for that man. So they would fall for me, and I didn't even have to chase them. They come to me. In 2018, I met another girl whom I'll call Amanda. She was a foreign girl. She was another girl that I met from Harem. She was really bubbly, always laughing, drinking, just wanting to have a good time. I did the same thing to her. This woman, she also passed away. I heard that she had an overdose, but we all know now that it was not just a normal overdose. She was possessed by the demons, and those demons made her to take drugs and to have an overdose. After that, I kept on doing what I was doing. So whenever I meet up with a girl, it's the same ritual all over and over again. I'm just trying to tell you about all the girls that I have been with so that you can understand. In 2020, things started to change. I met another girl, Tando. I met her at Sumo in Rosebank. She was different from the others. It's like I loved her a little bit, even though I can't love a woman because I know that women, they are just after my money. She was intelligent. She had this niceness about her. Beautiful, really beautiful. But I did what I always did, following the routine. After a couple of months, I heard that she died in a car accident. It was her and her brother. That one shook me because I had started to care for her. The ritual was done. She passed away. So most of these girls, they still love me. They love me a lot, but they do not know that with the money that I make, it is the money that I get from the other slave queens that I sacrifice. And when I am with a woman, I make sure that if she tells me that she wants an iPhone, I will tell her that in the morning, we are going to get an iPhone for you, babe. And she will think that I am the most caring blesser in the world. Hell yeah, I have to care, because these women, they are the ones that bring me money. If I mistreat them, then I can't have money. So the ritual is the same. I do go back to my Sangoma, and my Sangoma, it gives me another towel that I have to use. So the moment that I see that I cannot use the towel, it will refuse. When I go into a lodge or at my place with a woman that I want to sleep with and use for rituals, I always place this towel just close to the place where we will be sleeping. And then when we are done, I'll start to touch her, and then I'll grab that towel, then I'll just wipe her, and I say, babe, let daddy wipe you. And she'll be like, oh, you are so romantic. But what she won't understand is that she will be used for rituals. But if the towel refuses, I can grab it, and then it will feel like it is a lot of weight, so much that you won't be able to lift that simple towel. Then I will know that the towel has refused for me to sacrifice that woman, or it is time for me to go and renew my rituals. I always renew these rituals in July. Always. I don't know why. That is when the towel will refuse. So when I go back to that traditional healer, it is the same process over and over again. The money will dry up until I sleep with 6 more women. Then the money will start to flow in again. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Yo.